Alright, I've got a Retina IIIC here, big C. It's come to me for service. You go to crank the shutter and it doesn't actually cock. You can hear it just opening again as the thing winds back. I'll take that front lens element out, you might be able to see. The shutter's failing to remain cocked. Now, the camera obviously needs serviced. I've had a look at the state of the shutter blades and the aperture diaphragm blades, and they're oily, certainly need work. The main reason this thing doesn't cock is that the shutter is loose on the body. The retaining ring is not tight. And if we hold it firmly in place, we should be able to get it to cock the shutter. There you go. So it's got two issues there. It's gummed up, it's oily, it's stopping the shutter blades from returning correctly to the park position, but the shutter is also failing to cock correctly because the shutter is just loose on the body. The retaining ring at the back has just come loose. So this is my project for today anyway, to service this camera. Apart from that issue, it all looks very tidy. I don't see any major issues servicing this one. I expect it'll all be fairly straightforward. However, I've been fooled before. Alright, well, I finished servicing that camera and the results were very good, as I expected they would be. And what did I discover with the camera? Well, originally, clearly one of the main problems was that the shutter was loose on the body, and it was probably no surprise that that was not the only fastener that was loose. So there were quite a few loose screws, some loose under the leatherette, which is a bit unusual, others loose throughout the mechanism. Nothing was actually falling off the camera. The only part that was loose enough to cause a real problem was the shutter retaining ring. However, the camera had all the usual problems that you'd expect with a camera that's about 60 years old. The grease had dried out and was sticky. Lots of oil over the diaphragm and shutter blades. Not a lot of corrosion with this one, that's very good. Lots of cameras like this will have corrosion, and typically that will show as bumps on the leatherette at the back of the camera. I can just about see one tiny bump at this point, but I'm not about to go hunting after that. But the leatherettes are often, if you feel bumps and looseness, particularly if they're curling up at the edges, that's a sign of corrosion. And typically it means the leatherettes have to be completely stripped off to remove the surface corrosion before gluing them back down. Fortunately not in this case. So this nice 3C camera can go back to its owner in Germany, and hopefully it'll see many more films.